Good day, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning into my Sasquatch Sunday video. My name is Todd Standing. I've been not putting up much content recently because I'm focused tremendously on expeditions, and the success of expeditions this year is going to be right through the roof. I have more PhDs coming up, better technology than I've ever had access to ever, and I expect 2023 to be the year literally where 1967, the Patterson footage came out. It was investigated and substantiated as very, very authentic. It would change so much about Sasquatch research forever. 2023 4K video, thermal footage, the most incredible stuff is coming out. That's all coming up over the course of the next 6 months. Today, I'm going to finish off a little section of some amazing results I had in Washington State, in the United States, in Neah Bay. So let's get right into that right now. Here we go. So I was in Neah Bay just a couple months ago. It has to give you some backstory about the incredible events that are about to transpire in this particular video. So they were a husband and wife couple from Oklahoma. We call them the Oklahomies. Were amazing on expedition. It was wonderful to have them come out. We were guided by Brian Mosley, an elder from the Macaw Reservation in Neah Bay, and Larry and Analia and their group of people that were absolutely amazing with us. So on this day, particularly, the backstory that you need to know is, so I go to Neah Bay every year. I have incredible, amazing success. This year was no exception to that. It was absolutely amazing and brilliant out there. So what had happened was, so Brian and Larry and Analia all know I'm coming, and Brian has his own little thing, and Larry and Analia do theirs. And they go out and they mind speak, and they go talk to the Sasquatch that are all over that area, telling them that Todd Standing's coming, and asking them, you know, how I'm supposed to proceed, or if they can give signs for me to investigate. So on this particular day, so the Macaw elder by the name of Brian had a sighting an encounter happen that we'd investigated, and it's on my last week's video where I have Kristen, and we found a trackway that we substantiated with the tree break that was done months before I had gotten there. So Brian was in that particular area, and Brian has a story as a Macaw elder he's going to tell next week on this YouTube channel. But for now, I'll tell you, so he went driving down that area, asking the Sasquatch about me, asking where to go. So he drove through this area, and Brian's very well trained in recognizing tree break, recognizing Sasquatch tracks, and feeling their energy and knowing when they're around. So he went there and he was talking to them and mind speaking with them. So he drove in, being very aware of his surroundings, drove out, and had a feeling, stopped at a particular spot, and then just finished driving out. Well, a week later when I came back, approximately less than a week later even, there's a brand new tree break on the ground. And he is astonished by the backstory because he was mind speaking with the Sasquatch. When you start mind speaking, there's a lot of doubt that you have. Are you really mind speaking? Is it just rhetoric in your head? What's going on? So he's going through that process, even as an elder, and even I am, I think a lot of us are. Is this clarity? Is this a Sasquatch? Is this, who am I mind speaking with? It's a big discovery process, and it's very important for what we're doing right now. On that day, this was the third substantiation that he had, that he was in fact in contact with them. He was able to tell them I was coming because the Sasquatch left this very significant evidence, and this whole area became tremendously significant, not just for this day, but the days that followed, because we just had such exceptional success, and I'm going to talk about that more next week. But for now, let's get into this section right here. Very, very exciting day. It's mostly starring the Oklahomies that I took out, the husband and wife duo that you're going to see right now from Oklahoma, who did so amazing, so wonderful. I have them now so well trained. I consider them colleagues. They're going to go have tremendous success in Oklahoma, which is just such an exciting time for me. I've got people in Alabama, Georgia, Texas, now Oklahoma, Washington State, New York State, all these people all over the United States and into Canada, Ontario, Manitoba, British Columbia, Alberta. So all this discovering Bigfoot process is expanding so dramatically, so quickly, and 2023 is going to be an exceptional year. So enjoy this little segment. More to come next week, so let's get to it. Dang. I like that dang word.
That thing is.
Dang.
It's negative.
You can feel
Thing
it.
is at back of my heel.
Your foot looks like nothing. Like a
No,
pig's.
yeah.
You see what I'm
Can
getting?
you feel it with your toes in there, baby?
Oh, I can feel the toes.
So show me your hand where the toes are across.
Right. All through right here.
Yeah.
Like, oh, and there.
Yeah.
That's a
like
male.
big toe.
Jeez.
That's a male.
I don't even feel that one.
Yeah.
That's a male. So this is,
Beautiful.
everybody meet Dave from Oklahoma. Dave came out here and just found himself a Sasquatch track. How convinced are you that the Sasquatch track?
I'm 100% convinced.
Well, and what brought us here though was this very interesting thing that Dave saw on the road. Look at that. Kirsten,
culmination of things.
can you come over and show us, just give us some perspective? So to reach,
5'6".
that's a 4-inch tree and it's green. You see that? Green. This is a live tree. That break would have sounded like a 44 Magnum gunshot going off. And this is the second break we found on this road, pointed directly at the road. Like, we're talking a perfect matching angle to the break that we were just looking at that brought us here, based on a Sasquatch encounter that we talked about when Kirsten and I were looking at the trackway that we found a little further in. But I mean, that is cleanly broken. It's got some trailers on it, which happen. It's not over broken. When you're that powerful, you can snap that right off, but that would defeat the whole purpose of it because it wouldn't leave the mark that they were leaving for you. And then a track like that looks like a 16-inch, so I'm thinking a 16-year-old male Sasquatch. Because I'll tell you guys, I have breaks like this in radium. They're freaking identical. They got the little trailer in the back. The front's all broken and crinkled like that. It's pointed directly at the road. I've seen hundreds of these in my life. And I always seem to find a Sasquatch track right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then there's Sasquatch activity. We came here because people were hearing Sasquatch and having interactions with them. And this is so fresh. My God. So the way we're going to identify how fresh this really is we're going to go up there. I'm going to put somebody on my shoulders and we'll look for sap. Because if it's bleeding and there's sap coming out, even that sap that you need to find, Kirsten, well done, girl. She's a freaking maniac. Look for some sap. See any little droplets or anything? Okay, how about you do this? Smell the wood.
Oh, right here.
So you see droplets of sap?
Yeah.
And how old are they?
I mean, it's still
So they're,
sticky and
have they
white.
coagulated?
A little bit.
So we got sap, Brian. So little monkey ladies on the tree here.
Yeah.
So that sap is, so it hasn't coagulated, it's not stiff. That is not 2 days old. You may have, so there's Brian over here.
You didn't see it, Brian.
Yeah, coming through here.
When I went by,
Yeah. So this is probably in response to you, Brian.
and remember I told you I stopped and I put it out there that would this be a good place for me to bring Todd?
Yeah.
I stopped just down around the corner.
Yeah.
I'm not lying.
No, I believe you. No. Well, you know what?
And sap over here too. Watch it.
This substantiates you're telling the truth.
Wow.
Is that like where that stuff rubbed?
That was the second place I stopped. It was
Rubbed off
kind
where
of
you grabbed
breezy
it?
up here, but it wasn't really super bad.
hmm
But there's no way that the
I
wind
see what you're
would have
talking
snapped
about.
that off
Right there?
Yeah, is that where it's
There's no way
Oh.
the strongest guy in the world
Look
could
at
snap
that, Todd.
that off like that.
Brian just said the strongest man in the world couldn't snap that.
Look at these spots right here.
You think you're seeing handprints?
where he grabbed it?
Could be. Yeah, could be.
Because there's a little bit underneath it as well.
Yeah.
So you guys see a Sasquatch track you're convinced of.
Oh, yeah.
How convinced are you that the Sasquatch broke this?
Oh,
Oh.
massive.
I'm.
Like, this is definite.
It
So-
would be wrong to say otherwise.
There's no other reason. Because look at all the trees around. Nothing.
Right.
Like in the
machinery.
in the last 48 hours, has there been a hurricane or a tornado or snowfall?
Sunny and bright and beautiful.
So why would a beautiful tree like this, alive, just snap? Like, do you understand how goddamn preposterous it would be to think there is no truck came along because these other trees are in front of it?
Perfectly
Like,
fine.
nothing wrong with any of these trees. No human being, there is no man, I don't think a gorilla could break that. I really don't. I think that's just
And they're not
just
tall
beyond,
enough to get that.
right?
I mean,
They would
They
never
They
be able
might
to do
push
that.
it over,
Mhm.
but
But you would see that.
And that's a
from
pressure
that.
break, guys. There's very little
You gotta
leverage was
have-
involved.
Oh man.
So
2
I
points.
mean, just that point alone, you can see where it.
That's absurd.
So Kristen, you are literally standing where a Sasquatch stood. You are literally touching a piece of a tree that a Sasquatch touched, and you must have no doubt in your mind.
No.
There's
I was
energy,
Literally.
and you know what I think? Because this is where I get a little crazy, and I make no apologies. He knew to do this for us. He did it for us. We've come here and recognized it. And can you imagine now? They make hundreds of these breaks, and no human being gives these things
notice it.
nothing.
Yeah.
So for you to come here and recognize and be respectful and joyous about his break and acknowledge that it's been done by a Sasquatch will bring you more success with them. Probably watching us right now. And Kristen, I want you to just like that, but I want you to turn your whole body and point off into the woods and give us a beautiful call like you've been doing. Touching the tree, touching your heart.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
405.
Congratulations. 405 in the house.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're getting more excited.
Yeah, that's so excitement.
I can feel it.
It's good.
That's where she's calling off to.
Check this out.
Uh-oh.
That's brand new too, but I'm trying to see what it is.
Okay.
Check what out?
That's brand new.
What is it?
It's a live broken tree.
These are a broken branch, but I don't see any trees.